This is your host, Rambunctious.
And your co-host, Tayamu Denku. Pick apart the passion. Pick apart the passion. Pick the passion. Pick apart the passion.
Welcome to Pick Apart the Passion podcast. It's another special episode. We got my brother Pokafase, and we got my man Tyree Michael Carter. TMC presents, and these are AZ legends. We've had them on before, and if you know the podcast, we're gonna have some fun today. And we're gonna hear some dope stories, man. I don't know where to begin. I mean, we basically can begin where y'all met, maybe how that happened. We talked a little bit about it before on the other one when you met No Question. And then get into this, and then y'all can just kind of go and we'll just kind of juggle questions off of y'all telling the origin. You know what I mean? First, you know what I mean? Is that cool?
That's cool.
That's right.
Let's go.
You want to pick it up, or you want me to pick it up from?
Go ahead and pick it up, Poke.
So Cash and I, right, Mike Wild, we were out back of a club called The Works out here, and it was an after-hour spot, right? So everybody would kind of get there after you did whatever, right? And it ran late, and Cash would always rap in the parking lot. And so we got out there, and me and Cash were out there, beating niggas to death in the cypher like we did. But we ran into Peabody, right? Who went on to become the lead producer for everything No Question did. And, he was like, yo, y'all dope. Me and my partner, we're looking for some rappers. We got an idea. We got a vision about the group and blah, blah, blah. And so we were a little bit skeptical, because at the time, me and Cash were all the way in the middle of all the nonsense. You know what I'm saying? We out on the street running around acting crazy. But we decided to come and take a meeting with Peabody, and then he introduced Ty. And then from there, Ty's pitch was great. The rest is history. We were like, yeah, you know what? We with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Little did we know he was going to become the man as far as hip hop and bringing hip hop to the Valley was concerned. TMC Presents was the biggest promotion company throughout the entire 90s, at least. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. On into the early 2000s. So it's like
100%.
I mean, Ty might have already saw it coming, but me and Cash didn't see that coming, and then suddenly we were in the best position ever because our manager is also throwing all the dope shows in the city, like all of them. You know what I'm saying? The biggest shows coming to the Valley. So it was kind of like, woo, we hit the jackpot with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, Ty, are you thinking the opposite? Like, you're like, I'm on the cusp of doing some big shit. You probably know it. And then you're thinking like, oh, I just found this fucking group. Like, yo.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because for me, I came up with the group called the Funk Junkies. They were kind of like Beastie Boys meets Limp Bizkit, white boy rap. And I go way back with the guy who formed that group, Joe Soulman Valente. A lot of people in the Valley know him. So, like, I helped blow the Funk Junkies up with my underground warehouse parties, right? Mm-hmm. And that's how I made a name for myself before TMC. And as the Junkies got bigger and bigger, I've always loved music and I've always wanted to be behind a artist that blows the fuck up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the guy you got to go through to talk to this artist. So the Junkies had their own thing going, and they was like, well, the promoter thing is cool, Ty, but we don't need you on the management shit. We got this. You know what I'm saying? So I always was like, damn, a little hurt by that, even though me and Joe was cool. So I'm like, all right, fuck, I got to get my own group. How the fuck am I gonna do this? And then that's where Pokafase and Cash came in with No Question and everything. So so from there, it just while I was building TMC and started to become like the big premier hip hop promotion outfit in town, I had my own group to do whatever the fuck I wanted with, to put on whatever show and to basically blow them up. And that's exactly what we did, man.
Niggas hated that shit. Look, niggas hated us, right? Because we could spit, right? So the problem was here come these niggas who got the perfect situation. You know, we want to be mad at these niggas for being on the show, but these niggas can rap. So it's like, fuck these rapping ass, perfect situation having ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? And we extra arrogant. So we like, yeah, fuck you too. Come to this show. You know what I'm saying? It was youth in action, but I will say this, me and Cash were wild. Like, I mean, we were wild as you think we were wilder than that. You know what I'm saying? Cash would hop out. Cash would flip somebody off at a stoplight. They would flip him back off and be like, fuck you. Cash would pop the trunk, grab a metal pipe for whatever reason that he had in the trunk, and bash out they fucking brake lights in the back. And then hop back to the car, and dare somebody to do something. You know what I'm saying? And, at the time, we carried pistols and, Arizona's really the wild, wild west, and we in the middle of a bunch of bullshit in the street. So it was like, I know Ty and Peabody were like, what did we get ourselves into? Good thing niggas can rap, because otherwise we leaving these motherfuckers alone. You know what I'm saying? But, we cultivated it, and it actually turned into, a lot of people might disagree. There's a lot of egos at work, but I would say that No Question was the first local group with a sensational or sensationalized, maybe even mass appeal, right? The women loved us, right? The men loved us, right? We could rap. We weren't, we were easy on the eyes. We carried ourselves with an arrogance where you have to be like, these motherfuckers better be good at what they do.
Yeah, they were no corny involved.
Yeah, so it worked. It was like the perfect storm of Peabody's production sounding like nothing else. Ty having the city on lock, as far as the business, and me and Cash being fearless, in the rap game and otherwise. So it was, like, it was easy to latch onto us, because it was like, man, what are these crazy niggas about to do next? And it's at a time when the hip hop scene in Arizona was young, man. We're getting maced by police on horseback, and they're walking their horses into the middle of our cipher so they could shit in the middle of the circle that we rap. And then they're daring us to say shit. I
assume that's Mill Avenue.
Yeah, that's Mill Avenue, and that's, that's Arizona for you, right? That was back when we just
getting weird connection issues.
No. It might just be you. You know what, Aaron? You are officially excluded from the rest of this podcast.
Me?
Yeah.
It's weird because I'm hardline connected into the modem. I can't do nothing about it. I feel like my phone might have been better.
No question, Aaron.
No, the phone was all fucked up, but yeah, it was bad. This is better.
You back? So then, cool. What's happening, yo? How you doing, man?
What's going on?
Shit.
Yeah, man.
Congrats to y'all on this podcast, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching the progress and the guest list, and the interviews on point, and we were excited based on all the just all the traction y'all gained in the market and everything y'all doing. Bravo. This shit is dope.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Thank you. I think I'm back. Can y'all see me? I don't know what the fuck.
Yep, you're good.
Frustrating.
You're good.
But anyway,
what up?
There you are.
Who the fuck knows? So you were talking about how y'all met, the build up to then having each other, to grow.
Right.
Talk about where that goes after No Question, because we talked some about No Question last time. But when No Question is done and it's y'all two, talk about where that goes, and then get into
the nitty
gritty.
You know
what? Sorry, let's back up. Who are the other promotion companies when you're starting to do TMC and kind of get that momentum? Are there any other people around? Like you were saying, that I know Phoenix, it's not much going on at that. I mean, there is, but there isn't, right? Like it's a small scene. Y'all said that. So are there any other people that you would salute that were like right there with you at that time? And
yeah, there was actually somebody that was active before I started TMC. That would be Kenny Perkins from P Street Promotions. And the only thing with him, though, is he was more into the hardcore, urban, like West Coast, the gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, he one of his shows is a 50-50 thing of, one, if the artists are even going to show up, and two, if the event happens, are there going to be fights or gunshots in the parking lot or just whatever. He always had that cloud hanging over his head, so he had a hard time getting into clubs and had a hard time finding people to work with. So when TMC started to build right after that warehouse era, it just so happened to be that this whole new wave of hip hop, which I refer to as native tongue, was on the rise with Diggable Planets and Tribe Called Quest and De La Soul and all this East Coast and just, you know what I'm saying, positive kind of vibe. And it was just a match made in heaven, man. You know, more of the white boys and the white kids and the skaters and the surfers and snowboarders, sprinkled with a little bit of gangster shit in there, you know, was the crowd that was coming to my shows. So the violence was a non-factor, man. And the club owners loved it, man. It was like almost like doing a rock and roll show.
So I tapped into the mainstream, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, you know, it was like, again, perfect storm. There was a void there. Ty came in, filled it, and, you know, his shows went off without a hitch. And it was like he gained that reputation for bringing the hot shit, man. It was dope.
Yeah.
So what's that first show? What's that first show when y'all are like, yo, this is getting crazy now? For both of you. Like, from your perspective, Ty, as a promoter, when you felt like, okay, now I'm really doing some shit. And then you as a rapper, like when who are you opening up for? What are you doing? What is it, y'all show? Is a headline show? You know what I mean? Like both of y'all. You know.
I'll go first. My show that opened it all up for me was a show called the Skate Fest, and it's like I mixed in everything that I knew at that time. I took the Funk Junkies, who I was coming off this whole warehouse era with, and they could like pull 1,500 people by themselves. I took them, and then the Far Side, which was my first national act that I booked through Kara Lewis from William Morris, and I put that together. I did it at the Civic Plaza, so we had skate ramps set up and shit, and the kids could bring their skateboards. I put a punk band on there called Face to Face, and it was like a mini Lollapalooza or Warped Tour before the Warped Tour, and that was the one, and that was the first TMC show after the warehouse era. So that put me on the map pretty much. That show right there.
Yeah.
You still talk to any of those people from Far Side? I'm just curious.
No, I haven't. Not in years.
Work.
Phone call away, I'm sure, if I decide to do some kind of nostalgic show or whatever. Phone call away.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you made them some bread in the 90s.
Yep.
I was on a bunch of those runs, so I feel like them niggas funny. You know what I'm saying? That ain't fun, you know. Now you know what, the show where I really felt like, oh shit, we got something, right? Because man, I've done, I don't know, 500 shows easily. You know what I'm saying, in my day. That's like easily. You know what I'm saying? Being conservative. So it was like, we had done a bunch. We did Diggable. We did the Roots and the Nonce. We did
Outcast.
I mean, but I think there were two moments early that stick out. Like before we kind of started heading towards the Pokafase era, there was the Wu-Tang show at Veterans Memorial Coliseum, and tied through that shit was Wu-Tang, Alcoholics, and No Question. Okay. And and I don't know, somebody else might have been on there, but that was the boom, boom, boom. That was the billing. You know what I'm saying? And so
Z-Trip was it. That was it.
Yeah. And so, like, when we went on, there were thousands of people already in the Coliseum. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, boom, lights came on, music dropped, and it was like, oh shit, this is real. You know what I'm saying? We went from clubs and, we rocking sold out clubs. It might be 1,200 people here and there. And, if we're depending on the venue we at, we were in Celebrity a few times early, before it became kind of like our residence at some point, but That show at the Coliseum, we backstage with Woo. You know, there's a bunch of craziness with alcoholics, and we trying to find Ty, and you know, it all just snapped together right at the end. You know, we end up rocking again for, I want to say, when we went on, there's probably 4,000 or 5,000 people there. You know what I'm saying? You know, and by the time Woo on, we're talking close to, I don't know, 9, 10, 12, something like that. You know what I'm saying? But that made it real for me. And then we did a show. So we used to rock Club Rio, right? Which, you know, Club Rio was a nice sized venue in Tempe. We did a show with Biggie and Naughty by Nature. It was Rotten Rascals, Naughty by Nature, and Biggie. And we,
wow.
yeah, right. Just timestamp myself, right? But we, you know, we were there sound checking, and we were going through everything, and we rocked our sound check, and Big and Lil C's and Tretch and Rotten Rascals were all in the building. And when we got done doing our sound check, they were like, you know, hey, you know, who the fuck are y'all? Right? That was dope, you know. And so we wound up kind of building with them, and we spoke with Big and C's. And it was a surreal moment, you know, because these are like my fucking heroes at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You know, like, nigga, we just smoke with Biggie. You know what I'm saying? It was that, you know, but
That's crazy.
That helped solidify. You know what I'm saying? That made me feel like, oh yeah, we ain't fucking around. You know what I'm saying? We got, my bad. Now I'm just going down memory lane. But there was another show at Rio with Outkast, and so we opened for Outkast, and we weren't supposed to open for Outkast. We had got called on early, and somebody had not showed up, and so we ended up rocking the show, and it was great for us. You know, we got some, you know, some billing, but when we first went on, you know, the crowd was like, "Whoa, you know, get these niggas out of here and put Outkast on." You know what I'm saying? And about 2 songs in, we just snatched the crowd. You know what I'm saying? And you could feel it. You could feel the crowd like, okay, these niggas are all right. You know what I'm saying? We rocked the rest of it, and by the time we were done, you know, it was applause, and they were all the way into No Question. You know, and then Cass came on, and Andre ended up jumping off stage and beating somebody to the microphone. It was some wild shit that night.
What does that feel like?
That's right.
What does that feel like when you start the show, they're not feeling you, and then you completely turn it around?
It's a drug you can't buy.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's validation, it's confirmation, right? Because as an artist, a lot of times, you know, especially when you dope, you know you dope, but are you dope? You know what I'm saying? Like you feel like, man, this is good shit. But it's not until, you know, really the crowd or your audience tells you you're dope that you know for sure that you're on point. You know what I'm saying? And so when you experience that moment and you get that validation, like, yeah, that shit was hard. You know, it makes you feel like, fuck, I'm not crazy. I knew we were onto some shit. You know what I'm saying, right?
Hey, just so y'all know, I don't have any. I can't see y'all. It's all frozen with everybody. For me, I don't know what to do, so I'm just gonna stay here and listen, and we'll just keep it moving. But just so y'all know,
I can see you. I can see you right now, Ram.
I can see you and hear you.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all fine, but I can't see any of y'all.
Why don't you try
now
to...
Laffy's back in.
I was gonna say, hopefully it's not like a weird picture of my mouth.
Hey, why don't you just try to back out and come back in real quick? I'll pause it. Why don't...
Yeah, I mean, y'all just keep going, man. It's not that serious. Y'all just keep going. I'm gonna go back out.
If you wanna ask something, Ram, we can see you every time you talk. You come up on the screen. We can see you. So,
but us,
okay,
it's cool. No, I know, but I'm gonna try to go back in.
See, my bad. I just got a question for you. Who's the shittiest group you work with? Because you covered everybody. You know what I'm saying? Who would you not be interested in moving forward with again? Or am I throwing you on the...
Nah, KRS-One, man.
Whoa,
really?
Yep. He's a tough motherfucker to deal with. I've done him 3 times too, man.
I heard that actually. I actually heard that. And you know what actual prime example of that, with me seeing that personally, is he played Scribble Jam one of the last years that they had it. And I was there, and I was real excited because it was probably going to be my first time. I think it was my first time seeing KRS, and he was about to do MC. And like all of a sudden, I'm excited. I'm like, man, this is one of my favorite KRS joints. And he does the hook, or he does the very beginning, first 4 bars, And then he's like, cut that shit off. I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck? What you gonna do? Is he gonna go back and do it? He's like, the sound ain't right. Fuck this shit. The sound ain't right. Cut that shit off. And like in the middle of the show, the sound actually wasn't even bad. Like I don't even know what the fuck, like what he was even talking about, but it sounded fine to me. And I'm like literally right in the middle. And then he goes back to starting, and they just play a break beat, and then he just calls some b-boys on stage, and he never performed MC the whole rest of the show. And I'm just like, that's just kind of whack.
Yeah, he is a stickler for sound. I never had no issues there because I always had a proper sound system. But he would call me. He would personally call me a month out from the show, asking exactly what sound system I had and amps, and I need to get a hold of the sound man, all that shit, which is cool. Okay, I know you serious about your shit. I want you to have a good show. You know what I'm saying? And I want my crowd to get the best for their money. But then there was just other shit behind the scenes, man. His wife is his road manager, and they just did some stuff that was, they would just did shit. At this point, I've been a promoter for approaching 10 years, into my career, and had seen it and done everything, and pretty much a veteran, and just trying to do stuff that was unorthodox, and I need you to come to the hotel and pay me my deposit before I even get to the venue, which is like, I don't pay no artist until they're in my venue and we're backstage and you're getting ready to go on show. So I stood my ground on that shit. We went back and forth, and that was the main thing. The sound, kind of whatever he was, real anal about. But yeah, I mean, out of all the artists I ever did, to answer your question, but it was the business dealings I had with KRS-One, man.
Crazy. That's
crazy, right? I feel
that,
guilty even saying it. That's I mean, that's KRS-One we're talking about. But damn.
But though, that's his shit. I feel like,
I mean, a lot of people say a lot about KRS.
Be a real asshole. You know what I'm saying? I don't like Fuji, so.
Get in that if you want.
Yeah, man. Fuji's and Onyx. If they're watching, they can eat a dick.
Hold up.
I mean, here's the thing, right? This is based on my experience. They were both shitty.
Okay.
I mean, they ain't gotta like me. I don't like them either, so it works. You know what I'm saying? But we opened for both groups, right?
Yeah.
Treated us like shit. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, they were like some of my idols, right? Lauren was dismissive. Praz was just fucking rude. And Wyclef was somewhere in between. And I since have run into Wyclef. He was actually great. We had it was a great interaction. But at the time, I felt like, damn, man, did I wait all this time to open and be present? You know what I'm saying? I'm backstage with Fugees and shit, and they talk to us like shit, And then Onyx.
What was Lauren like?
He was just dismissive. For us to be a young group that is there, we're excited to be there. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like we were intruding. We were backstage because, we were ties during the show, and just the interaction was just shitty. It wasn't like so the contrast is De La Soul, right? Some of the dopest cats I've ever run into. They treated us like gold. We rocked Boulder Fox Theater with them. It was Maceo's birthday. They pulled us back on at the end of the show to rock with him at the end of Me, Myself, and I. Yeah. I mean, it was like the love, and the game, right? They're veterans in the game at that point. They didn't have any problem schooling us a little bit here and there and treating us like equals on check. It was just cool, right?
Wasn't threatened at all.
Yeah, Gangstar is another one. They treat us like gold. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Guru and Primo. I've had the pleasure of running into a few times down the line after No Question, and they were just always, as cool as you can be, right? To some young guys trying to come up in your image. So, there's just because you got it don't mean you have to be an ass, right? Eminem was a gentleman and a scholar every time. 50 was cool as can be. These are the biggest guys in the world. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if these two guys can do it, then everybody should.
I think the Fugees is because they weren't veterans yet, and we just happened to catch them when they were the biggest fucking thing in the world, man. I'm literally the rocket was taking off to the universe.
To the universe.
Yeah.
What year is that? What year is that that y'all open for?
Is the Lauren song out? You know, when she's in the movie theater, the Roberta Flack or whatever it was.
Ready or Not was the single.
Oh, okay, so that's the first one.
The first one,
right? Yo, the Hype Williams video. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was everywhere. I mean, it was
everywhere.
Like them niggas were in straight up vertical liftoff. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Still, fuck them.
Fuck them.
Well, that's what it is. I mean,
Jason, that was 96, bro.
How you treat people?
Word.
How you treat people?
Okay.
Now, hopefully, I don't need them at some point down the line. They're gonna be like, "Hey, fuck you."
It's a different world. It's a different world. You don't need nobody.
I feel like, well, you know, shit. Touche.
So then you gotta go from no question to and we gone plenty of places now with the conversation, but talk about what's up?
No, go ahead. You finish. I'm sorry.
No. I'm saying go into that era now. Y'all going to like one thing. Let's get to this. One thing Danku wanted to touch on was the Blaze battle. Was that 2000?
Yeah.
When you went against Supernatural, he wanted to talk about the Supernatural shit.
I want to know about that.
All I remember is me being faded as fuck on a crazy LA trip, and that battle was wild. So I don't. He's like Supernatural. I'm like, I don't really remember Supernatural like that. I do. I'm not dissing. I do. I really do. But you know, the story to me is different because I'm 21, maybe 22. I can't remember.
Yeah. First respect.
Yes, I mean, you know,
so I actually I didn't battle Supernatural in the Blaze battle. So we encountered Supernatural. Yes,
and Magic.
We encountered Supernatural and Magic, and you know, God bless him. We were rolling with Proof, and you know, Proof. I consider one of my mentors on the MC side, right? And just you know, from the time we met in '99 until he passed in '06, he was very influential, right, with me. And we were at Magic. And Proof and Supernatural had on-site beef. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it was some MC beef because both
even
of these
battle shit, just like real shit.
Well, borderline, but the battle shit, they were both fashioned two of the best battlers on the set. So we at the Magic convention, word had it that Proof was over at that Supernat was at the I want to say Def Jam booth. But it was a booth there, right? The Fat Farm booth or something like that, right? And Proof was like, "Oh, he's got to."
I love that shit. Actually.
Yeah, he's like, he's got to see me right now on the spot. You know what I'm saying? So we mobbed over there, and it's like P, it's all the Purple Gang. You know, some of D12's there. It's us. It's all with associates, right? We out in full force in Vegas, and this is like prime time, midday at the Magic Convention, right? And so Proof just runs up on him like, "What's up? You got to see me right now." And that Supernat, you know, to his defense, was like, right now. You know what I'm saying? And so, boom.
They just battled right there?
Right there. And I mean, the crowd formed around and they dropped everything, started dropping the beats in. You know what I'm saying?
If we could only had smartphones then. Shit.
I know, man.
At the
That's
time,
crazy.
we had like time ports. So all we had was like ringtones. You know what I'm saying? But like, so the battle went down right there. First round, Proof murdered him, right? Had Supernat scrambling. Second round, Supernat hit him, right? Yeah. But then Proof came back and pow, zinged him, right? So we're with Proof with the upper hand coming out of round two, but Supernat held his own. I can't degrade the guy at all, right? But then third round, Supernat went first. Got disrespectful with the verse, right? You know, and niggas is like, oh, okay, you know, that's where we going with it. Well, cool. Yeah. Then when P got ready to get on the mic, Supernat killed the mic, and P didn't get to go his third round.
What do you mean he killed the mic?
He killed the mic, right? Because Supernat was already there. He was rocking with the booth and the DJ and whatnot, and so all, you know, he killed a mic. Proof never got his third round. Everybody was like, did you spit and cut the mic? You know what I'm saying?
Like he literally cut the cord. Like he turned off the mic. Like what he saying?
They killed the mic. Proof never got
cornball shit. That's corny.
So,
wow.
And he laid into him, but you gotta give him his third round. You gotta give him the mic. You know what I'm saying? So
that's the way it
went down. There was a big deal about it. But they're both gladiators, man. It was something. It was an incredible moment to be a part of, because that was like, that's like Kumo D and LL running into each other in the club in the heat of the shit. You know what I'm saying? And you being able to see right there, niggas, it's a gladiator sport. So both these niggas pull their swords out like, nigga, this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? So it was, But the Blaze battle, man, battle was, it was crazy because I got in the Blaze battle. It was something to talk about that an Arizona rapper was in a national battle, right? Mm-hmm. And this is back when it was truly a gladiator sport. It wasn't and not to knock anybody in the red dot or stand on the dot or whatever that shit is, right?
King of the dot.
You king of the dot, right? But they give you all this exorbitant time, and you can put together your spoken word piece, and right.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't like that shit. I don't like
it. Different format. This was, hey, we finna drop the beat, nigga. You got a minute. Rock that shit. Yeah. Do something with this nigga. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And the winner advances to the next. And so, I took
by the participation of the crowd too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, crowd mattered. Plus, Exhibit was one
era, man. Different era.
I forget who the other judges were, but I mean, it was an esteemed panel, right? And I remember I killed Swifty with D12. God bless. That's my guy. You know what I'm saying? So that was weird, anyways. But I knocked Swifty out and
you hit your video. Oh, there you go.
Sorry about that. So Swifty, dotted line. I want to say it was Locksmith, or no, it was a cat named Diablo. Another cat named Diablo, and the quarterfinal was me versus Loud, C4 versus
C4.
Yeah. I remember Loud. Yeah, I remember it was LOWD or something. I remember that, and C4.
Because Loud and C4, they're the ones that made it to the New York section.
They made it. Right. So C4 beat Medusa, and me and Loud went 3 rounds, and at the end of 3 rounds, we were neck and neck. And so we did a final round.
I remember you beating him. You beat him on that one, man. That's it. I won't say anything about anything else, but I remember that one. Loud, his physical antics is what won that one, and I was so fucking mad at that, yo. You know what I'm saying? I was so fucking.
We were in LA. That's the spot. You know what I'm saying?
The House of Blues.
But y'all know what I mean. Y'all remember that kind of.
I remember the whole shit, man.
But the physical shit he did with his rhymes made the crowd kind of pull in a little.
He was like Loud sounded just like Cannabis to me.
A lot like. Here's the thing. I can't bang on him, right? I truly freestyled the entire battle. So I never went to written. Everything I did through the whole battle, every round was off the head, right? And my whole team was telling me go written for the last round, right? For the deciding round, me versus Loud. And I was like, fuck that. I got this nigga off the head. You know what I'm saying? But he came with some written shit where, or some very well put together shit. Let me not speculate. He might have just been that dope, but he had some stuff catered directly to LA, and he got the crowd going, and he won it fair and square, man.
But he got iced. He got iced by Young Z. He got iced by Young Z in the final battle.
Good. He's fucking Thursday. Nah, you know what, man? It's a gladiator sport. He was the best man that day. He's one of, I think, 3 battles that I've lost in my career. The other 2, they are what they are. One was Stacks, this kid named Sergio. His team was throwing the event. It was kind of weird. And then my partner, my dude, he's from my crew, Mike Life. He got me in a battle. I opened the game, and we battled back and forth.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we battled back and forth at the beginning, and we had the crowd weigh in, and it was something we were doing. And he zinged me on the last one. He got me on the last round.
When was that?
Other than that, I done took everybody else's heads. I got a wall full of heads. I take ears, noses, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's souvenirs.
When was you in Life?
Me in Life, 2005, a game at
the Scottsdale, the venue.
What's the venue? Scottsdale? Yeah.
Right. The venue. Yep.
we went back and forth, and yeah, the crowd gave it to him. He got me though. He did some Eminem shit on the third verse and went into some, you know, I'm a white boy, and I was like, you know what? All right, well played, sir. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nobody else has the distinction of ever saying they beat me in the battle. Not me. You know, so.
Yeah. I'm having serious connection issues. I can't see Poke, I can't see you. Ty, I can't see you. And Danku, you're frozen.
That's weird, man. Because you're not even frozen or nothing. Like everything's straight.
All right, well, let's just keep it moving. What's your favorite shows you've done? Do you guys have any favorite shows, favorite moments?
Oh man, the whole Jizza tour.
That was insane.
Was insane.
The De La Soul tour.
The whole De La Soul tour was insane.
Yeah.
The whole Biggie, or not Biggie, I'm sorry. The whole 50 Cent tour.
Mm-hmm.
Was talk about that one. What is it? What is that? That's after Get Rich or Die Trying. Then?
No, that was the first tour. That was the Get Rich or Die Trying tour. Yeah. Remember, we ran. What did we run? How many cities we run? Ty? 8, 10? What did we run? Because it was with pipes and all in the lab and all that shit.
Yeah, I didn't go out on that one.
I thought you went on that one with us.
No.
Oh yeah, that shit was crazy. It was nuts. Okay. We did. I want to say we did 8 cities. But yeah, it was his first run, and it was as crazy as you can imagine. You know, 50 everybody was gunning for him. This nigga's in the full plate carrier and shit. You know, at the concerts and at the after parties, and it was just madness, man. It was the most fun. Some of the most fun I've had on the road.
Yeah.
Funk Junkies tours were crazy because the crowd is ready. You know, I'm crowd surfing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Diving off the stage.
Funk Junkie shows were fucking nuts, man.
Shit was amazing.
People could know. Yeah, that shit was so crazy.
Yeah, it was.
And then let's shout out Size 5. Because no question, Size 5, the shit y'all did, I'm telling you, I was at shows moshing. And there's people that's going to watch this that know me. They be like, you was moshing? Yeah, I lost all the buttons on my shirt one night at Mason Jar. Talk about that.
Oh, yeah, for real white boy moshing, though. Like,
happened. Yeah, y'all was really, but y'all did a real nice hybrid mesh of hip hop and the rock scene, which was I don't know how to describe Size 5 because it was a different type of sound. I don't know how they would describe that, to be honest. Y'all could say that, but talk about that era.
Size 5 was like a Creed or Stone Temple Pilots, just straightforward rock.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And Chuck happens to be one of my best friends.
Yeah.
So I managed Size 5 and No Question at the same time. And then, we all shared the studio together. Everybody had their practice schedules, and it was just it's just organic kind of thing that happened. And, they decided to put some songs together and jam out or whatever. And we came up with the name Collide, and it worked, man.
That's right. Yeah. And so everybody knows the base downtown Phoenix is one of the most legendary party spots in the history of my life, personally.
Legendary. The shit was nuts.
Yeah. Look, there's a lot of people in Phoenix that got bass stories, and I will tell you, I passed that fucked up and just having a good time. Yeah, I'll admit it. Yo, and I'll tell you, it was wild. But anyway, that's one thing about the bass that
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So, y'all, I know, Ty, you have a crazy Biggie story of how he stayed outside the venue at the end and shook every person's hand. Talk about that story. You had told that at another place, on another podcast. But talk about that story, and Laf, if you have any Biggie stories. Those are big ones to me. I thought those were super dope stories.
Sure, I'm going to cut video
what's crazy is...
But I'll be right back.
Yeah, what's crazy is watching the Story to Tell that just came out, that documentary on Netflix. Mm-hmm. And they had all that footage of that 95, 96 tour and shit with their manager and Little C's and everybody filming, documenting shit. I was totally looking for my...
to Phoenix?
No, what's that?
Was that when they came to Phoenix?
Yes, that's the exact time they came to Phoenix. So I was watching that Story to Tell documentary like, oh shit, am I going to see myself? But they didn't use any of that footage, but it was the same tour. So like I got pictures of me and Big with Little C's and Mark Pitts, his manager, in the background, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, after the show, he jumps down and from the stage and walks through the crowd to the back door and fucking stood at the back door of Club Rio and shook every single person's hand until the club was empty, man. Like all
That's
50.
Hell yeah.
amazing, man.
I can vouch for that. That shit was crazy, yo. My
That's
bad.
amazing.
Yeah.
Hi. Hey, my daughter might be on the There we go.
Yeah, tell her, that's fine. That's fine. Of course. That's actually encouraged.
Hey, your niece is acting a monkey right now, but it's okay.
It's all good. Let her yell over us.
Come on, we'll get some more. Say hi, Uncle.
Hey, is that Daddy right there? Hi.
Yeah, we all out here.
Hi, Hendrik.
Hey, tell Daddy to come over and say hi at least to me right quick.
My name is Mommy.
Well, hold on. Nobody can hear because I got on the headphones. So
Okay, never mind. Then. Okay.
it just be
We can hear her. Hey, Hendrix.
Hi, Hendrix.
say hi.
Hi.
This is my star right here.
Hi. Hi. Bye. So yeah. So then you have Artist Direct. You got your deal. We talked a lot about that the last one, so we don't want to get too much into that. But like some of the experience in there, what are some of your favorite experiences through that era? I know you. I don't know if we can talk about this or not. I don't know how you feel about it, but you were at Dre's house for a while, and you have some funny stories from that. If you want to tell that, cool. If not,
Nah, so we were at the studio. I was at
studio.
Yeah, I was at the studio with Dre, man. We were blessed to be in there one night. When I'm in there, it's like me, Proof, Exhibit, Jelly Roll, I think was there, Hitman. It was crazy. And
it started. You got Gangsta
Fade, my producer Fade was there. Now, Cocaine actually came to our session over at Conway's where we did that record. But we're over at the studio. I want to say it was Record One is where we were, and it started to dwindle down, and it was like Dre, Mike Elizondo, Hitman, me, Fade, and I want to say like Proof and X and them started to kind of fade out. Paul Rosenberg was there for a second, and when everybody started to leave, I was like, well, shit, I don't really have shit to do. So I would love to just stay and be a fly on the wall if that's cool with you, Dre. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they were like, you know what, man? Chill. And at the time they were working on X's Man vs. Machine record. And I want to say they had started fucking with Get Rich or Die Trying because they were repurposing some beats that Dre had with Rakim at the time. And I remember they were doing Choke Me, Spank Me from Man vs. Machine. And the record that eventually was Heat with the shotgun, they had up on the board. They were fucking with that for 50. And so I just got to sit in.
The drama really means nothing. That one.
Me, a ride by and blow your brains out. Yeah. So that was up, and that was originally a Rakim beat, if I remember correctly, right? But whatever happened with Aftermath and Rakim, I can't speak on. But I just kind of sat there and I just soaked it up, and they had twisted something, and I was blowed, so I'm in there half self-conscious and half can't believe I'm sitting here with Dre and Mike Elizondo while they working on a real project, you know what I'm saying? And it was dope. At one point, I asked Dre if he would listen to some of the records I had recently signed with Artist Direct, but he hadn't really started working on my album yet. So I played him some of the demo records, and I remember the first two songs. He was like, I guess it's cool.
What songs? Do you remember?
I was fucking heartbroken. Yeah, this record called Run With Me and another record called Unsigned Anthem.
Oh,
and,
my God.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to remember at the time, Dre,
I get it. I know, but those are two of my favorite, especially Unsigned Anthem.
So I ran those, and he was like,
we can play that right now. You might have to send us that, and we play it during the episode right then.
I'll shoot it to you, man. But he was like, best of luck. And then I played a record I had called You Made Me. That is, it's a record about so it's a school shooting through the eyes of the shooter. Right, so it's a first-person shooter record, right? But it's crazy, social observation record, and he heard that, and he was like, "No, That's what the fuck I'm talking about right there.
Mhm.
You know, he's like, you make a record, an album full of those, you'll be just fine. You know what I'm saying? You know, obviously speaking figuratively, but you know, it was some validation for me. And you know, I think I ended up staying there. I think they didn't leave the studio till like 8 or 9 in the morning. And I'm just there, you know, I'm nodding off and shit. I don't want to miss shit, but you know, I stayed until they're ready to go. You know what I'm saying? But it was a amazing experience. You know, just being able to be there and just soak that game up, even if by osmosis. I feel like, hey, now you know, don't mind me, nigga. I'll sweep if I need to, so I can stay here a few more hours. You know, it was dope. You know, we actually another similar experience when I was in Chungking out in New York when D12 was recording Devil's Night, and that was dope. And that was super dope. You know, we were out in New York for a few days, and I just got to go in and see them in the process. You know, them writing records and just. You know, M's presence in the studio was amazing, and P, it was dope, man. It was invaluable to have been kind of right there on the fringe and behind the scenes during that whole G Unit Shady Aftermath kind of movement, man. It was amazing.
Ty, like, what are your biggest memories in terms of shows you promoted? Like, what are your favorite memories in that way, besides what you mentioned, or you know?
Probably the Wu-Tang show, definitely one of them.
Yeah.
That was like a climax to everything that leading up to that show, and you know, I had booked Raekwon a couple years before that, right? A solo Raekwon show, and the show sold out in advance. Like I never had a show sell out before the show even comes. You know what I'm saying? So that all the tickets sold out at the Electric Ballroom before the show even came, and the motherfucker did not show up. No call, no nothing. It was my first cancellation, and that was like losing a fucking kid. You know what I'm saying?
Remember that shit, yo.
Yep. That shit hurt so bad. My reputation was so solid. And then when I finally got a hold of him, they said, oh, he was sick, or, you know, made some excuse. So then, oh wait, I found out the day of the show, that day of the show. So I was able to go to the venue and like I negotiated a rescheduled date, like right there on the spot. All right, I need a fucking another date, da da da. So they gave me another date that was like a month out. And I made all these posters, giant signs and shit, went down to the venue and put, you know, the new date and basically keep your tickets, yada, yada, yada. So the crowd didn't find out until they drove to the fucking show that night, thinking to go to see Raekwon, and then pull up to a dark venue with nothing but signs that say show's been postponed, blah, 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 blah. So I thought I managed it pretty good. Then he did it to me again on the rescheduled date, man. Came up with some bullshit. Yeah, it was fucked up, man. So I had a real salty fucking taste in my mouth with the Wu-Tang Clan. And then let me see what happened. I think I booked one thing before that. So then I think I did a Raekwon Ghost show after that wind up happening. And I remember I mentioned it to Raekwon and shit, like, damn, dog, you know what happened to that Phoenix shit? That motherfucker didn't even know what I was talking about. Looked at me crazy.
Yeah, I probably didn't remember that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So then, so fast
There was a
forward.
janky nigga in between somewhere. Holding on to some fees. I said, or there was a janky nigga somewhere in between y'all holding on to some fees.
Yeah, exactly.
Your videos
so basically,
I know, because I messed the time zones up. I'm fucking this crab up right now, and I don't want y'all to see me with my elbow in this crab.
It's all good, dude. It's all good.
So then,
let's keep moving. Yeah.
Yeah. So then it all, you know, came to a beautiful ending when I was able to book the whole entire Wu-Tang Clan, man. Woo! And then, you know, the advertising was, you know, 4 platinum albums and 5 years later, and you know, the TMC probably presents the entire Wu-Tang, and that shit was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Felt good about that one.
Yeah, that shit was amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing, man.
That's one of my favorite memories. That was one of my favorite memories of any show I've ever been to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's when I found out that Ray and Ghost didn't smoke.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's when I found out.
Yeah.
Ray and Ghost don't smoke. I rolled a blunt and I'm backstage. You know, I'm all excited and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna smoke it. Wu-Tang. No, I'm not. Because them niggas were like, nah, son, you know, we don't partake. And then I'm all embarrassed and shit because I done handed him the blunt. He don't smoke. But yeah, man, funny times. I did get to smoke with Meth and Red, though. That's a whole nother story.
Hey, y'all, because you did Meth and Red. Did No Question open up for Meth and Red? I can't remember.
No, Pokafase.
Yeah, Pokafase. Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Yeah, I opened for Meth and Red a few times, man.
Yep.
Yeah,
that was,
I remember them shits. There was actually a time, and I don't know Method Man, so I don't care. There was a time when they came out on the Razor scooters, and Method Man fell off the stage as Celebrity. Y'all remember that shit?
Yeah, Celebrity Theater.
Yep.
Oh my God, I never forget it. But that was an amazing show. Okay, so this is another one. Celebrity Theater, if people don't know, in Phoenix is one of the most legendary venues that existed there.
Ever.
I mean, everybody's been there.
It's one of my favorites.
Talk about y'all's favorite, ever, and probably if you matched them up to other cities, right? So talk about y'all best, favorite celebrity theater show.
I got a bunch.
Yeah, I got a bunch too.
Man, I'm frustrated.
I mean, there's LL Cool J. We rocked that shit. The power went out. We still rock that shit. Just give you one.
Oh shit.
For me.
Wait, when did the power go out during your set?
Nah, it went out during LL shit. And then he wound up picking it back up. It was crazy.
Shit.
Remember that LL? You don't remember that LL show too?
Yeah.
That was when we did Sierra Vista, Tucson, Phoenix, and I thought one more with LL. But I think one of my favorites was later on, kind of in my career. In 2009, I did Celebrity Theater with T.I. I was direct opener for T.I. All-Star Weekend. And that shit was absolute madness. But like it was packed to capacity. I had a huge Arizona flag that I had this dude waving behind me through my whole show. My DJ was on point. And I mean, I say I rocked it. I mean, like, you know, it felt like, shit, I don't know if we need T.I. for the rest of the shit, to be honest. If y'all want to just throw me 20 minutes, I got this. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was one of my favorite celebrity memories. I mean, but shit, I rocked celebrities so many times, man.
Yeah.
That's why I want you to pick one, but I know it's so many. Yeah, I get it.
That T.I. one was top of the crop.
Yeah.
I did the OK Player tour there with the Roots. Who else was on that? Shit. Can't remember. It was the Roots, Guru, and they had a bunch of special guests. And I also did a show there called the Word of Mouth Tour with Jurassic 5, Dilated People, DJ Babu, and Supernatural. And Supernatural was on that.
Yeah, you've done a lot of Jurassic 5 shows, though, right? Like,
yeah, I did a couple of them.
Okay, yeah.
Just two.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, true. Oh, sorry, I got my shrimp all in the picture and shit. My bad.
So good,
true Jurassic 5 story.
The chewing sound is the only thing we wouldn't want. The video, who cares? It's up to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't hear you smacking in the mic.
I'm past the glamorous stage of my career. I feel like you niggas can watch me eat shrimp at this point. You know what I'm saying? I'm married and shit. You know what I mean? Nah, true story. I'm in Vegas with Proof. We are fucked up on some. Well, I mean, we're candy flipping. I know me personally. I won't speak on him, but I ate, I don't know, 3 green pyramids, hit a acid. We smoked I'm pretty sure I had a pack of Swishers rolled that I went through, and then, I was chasing everything with Hennessy.
I would love to see that.
And so, long story short, we stumble into the Drink, was the name of the club, and Z-Trip was on the tables opening for Jurassic 5. Like literally,
we just talked about Z-Trip.
I know Jurassic 5.
With DJ Mouth.
They used to call me Jurassic 5.
They did used to call you Jurassic 5.
We were just talking. We was just talking to DJ Maffa. He was mentioning Z-Trip, and I was telling him how man, so many how many memories I have of having of Z Trip out in Arizona. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, hey, Cass don't even know Z Trip was our first DJ.
Legendary,
Yep.
man. Yeah.
True
I know
story.
you
That
did
was
you did a lot of shows with him, right, Ty? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was no
And you
questions
and I,
first
yeah.
DJ.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah.
that's right. I
know
totally
Zach.
forgot about that.
And then DJ Radar was our second DJ. Cass don't know, man.
And he was mentioned on the DJ Moff podcast.
Yeah.
DJ Moff is from St. Louis. They were both mentioned on that podcast. So he was
Because
talking about they're good friends and shit.
We
and I
are
was
not
like, yo, you
fucking
don't understand
around.
Arizona, yo. That's yeah.
Yeah, we ain't fucking around. You know what I'm saying?
Nope,
We talking about
nope.
the best of the best. Z Trip, Radar, DJ Daryl D, DJ Marvel, DJ Peabody. I mean, we were blessed to be, in the presence of greatness all the way through our shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, that was dope. We danced all night. We right there, saw Zach and P was already cool with J5, and we had opened for J5, I think at one point, in our career, or I had, so it was just the synergy was good, man. We rocked their whole show. I mean, I saw J5 and a purple elephant, and you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure there was a canary somewhere in there because we were on the good shit, but it was it wound up being an amazing night. You know what I'm saying? And I'll never forget. We just happened to walk in and walk right into Z Trip rapping his set, boom, and J5 coming on like, hey, this was meant to be. Yeah. This is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dope. I miss P, man. I miss Proof. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a good dude, man.
The best.
Yeah.
The best, man.
We talked about how he was an associate.
He didn't have a selfish bone in his body, man.
Mm-mm.
I hear that his kindness and his just genuinely gracious, cool personality towards people. I've heard
totally, man.
I've watched,
Yeah, man. You'd be at a party, he'd walk up, Jimmy Iovine, this Pokafase, you need to know him. I'm like, does he? Because I mean, sure. Sure you do.
Funny. It's funny. I was at that time I was so fucking wild and on my crazy shit. I was like 20, just wild out, going back and forth to Colorado, Wyoming, all that kind of shit. And I remember I only met all the times you guys were around Proof and a lot of other things that happened. I was doing other shit. But one time I met Proof real quick. I came by your house and he was sitting on the couch in the coldest motherfucking light blue. Walk in with like a patent leather black Kango. And so and I remember Lafa, you was like, yo, man, y'all have you had told me before y'all have a similar
vibe.
A little bit similar vibe, right? And so I saw that Kango and I was like, oh shit. I was like, this nigga got the coldest Kango. And then I thought I'm showing up with a fresh hat. And I'm like, oh shit. And then I realized, oh, that's Proof. So we just said what's up and I kept it moving, but that's the only memory I have of that, and it's dope to hear some of your stories because I wasn't there. I was on my knucklehead shit doing whatever the fuck I was doing. Yeah. But yeah, that's super dope. Yeah. So
yeah, man.
Yeah. So man, I don't know where to go. There's so much that be going through my head when I think about y'all shit because I know a lot of shit and know everything. So where do y'all want to go? We've never done this, but where do y'all want to go with this conversation? Because I know y'all so well, and I know y'all, talk about some shit. Just give us some shit. You know what I mean? I'm flipping this a little bit.
I would.
What's some shit that sticks out in y'all mind today when you think about the shit y'all done? Oh, wait, and I still have a lot more actually to ask about the future, but go ahead. But tell me some of that. When it comes to past, what's some of the things that stick out in your mind when you just think about shit? What's the shit that pops up? Is basically.
For me, it was the artist direct era. When Poke got signed to artist direct, and even though that wind up ending to be a fucking lemon and nothing coming out of it, there was still a lot of good experience there, man. And living in LA for 3 months.
Shit, 3 months. We were out there we were in the Oakwoods. We were in LA for closer to a year. We were in the W Hotel for 3 months.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. God bless the W Westwood. They got a what is it? Anything, anytime policy. I actually tested that shit out. I'm like, means they'll go get you the concierge. They'll bring anything to your room. So I'm like, I need a white beater, some boxers, some egg foo young, and a pack of backwoods. And they show up with all that shit. I was like, you know what?
Shit.
We are in the right place. No, but it was amazing. Yeah, when I signed with Artist Direct, it changed the whole game. The thinking bigger than just me. The Artist Direct deal was crazy because, at the time, No Question and TMC, and we had always maintained our own lane, right? There were a lot of different entities, a lot of guys making music out here. But, we never aligned with anybody. We always believed we create our own path, make our own moves, you know what I'm saying? And we had a tight-knit circle. And so, Buki and Survivalists, they were doing some things with Full Life Records, and they had signed, I forget the exact type of deal, but they had signed a legitimate deal. So they were making music. And, aside from them, it was really only No Question, as far as really, really taking a big leap into the national scene at that time. Overweight Pooch had had some success. Peniston came out of here. Bontel had some success, but that was all No Question. That was earlier, and so, for us to spin out of No Question, where we had some national looks, but it didn't quite pan out, to move into my solo career, which I didn't even know if I could write a solo song by myself. You know what I'm saying? When we first started, because I'd always done music with my partner.
That's really how you felt?
Yeah, man. I wrote You See This in 99.
So You See This is the first one you wrote after No Question?
That's the first solo record I ever did.
Oh,
and that let me know.
You have that record. I think I sent you that before when we had an episode with him. You should insert that here.
That let me know that I
could.
That
to be the first one is unbelievable to me. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was kind of like validation. Like, you know what? I can do this shit. I just got to duplicate that 4,000 more times over the course of my career, and I'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? But so, doing that, and then when I signed, because we weren't with the factions out here, right? It was kind of like proof that, hey, you can do this. You can be from Arizona and do this, right? Everybody counted me out because I was an Arizona artist. There's no way anybody will get a deal out of AZ. Nobody's looking for us, blah, blah, blah. And, we were able to maneuver through the industry and through the right contacts to really put together a deal. You know what I'm saying? And so it was like, we gave hope to the entire state at that point. It was like, holy shit, Hope got on. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I can do this, right? And from there, we started to see a lot of other artists emerge, post my deal. Willie North Pole came out, Juice came out. They were signed to G Unit to Disturbing the Peace and Black Wall Street, respectively. Hot Rod came out. He signed a deal with G Unit. Rocky Tirade inked the deal. I want to say he was working with Raucus at one point. Oh, no, I'm sorry, not Rocky. Atlas signed a deal with Raucus.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, there were just, you started to see more looks, more producers were starting to get on. And, I really feel like,
I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, I feel like Buki's deal and what they were doing in their lane and Survivalists and my deal were really the precursors and really kind of created the launching pad for the next wave of artists all the way through now futuristic, and people to really look out here in the Southwest. So, I pat my own back, yank my own dick for a second. And, when niggas start talking about why they rapping, it was because of me.
No, that's a fact. And that's the thing, like growing up, obviously being younger and the guys younger than me, like, just so people know, coming up in Arizona, like I would go to parties or wherever the fuck I went, the mall parties, Walgreens, Circle K. I would run into people and they would be like, what's up, blah, 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 meet them. And I'm Pokafase's brother. That was a crazy thing. Like, I can't explain it because it was like I go to parties. Sometimes I had to fight for you, nigga. Like niggas would be like,
I was gonna say it was either a good or a bad thing.
This happened, right? It was wild. It helped me with the females more so, whatever. But point is, right? I was being honest. But here's the thing. So I look at it like that success that you have and keep having, which we're gonna get into in a minute here. Talk about the cats that have come at you, battled you, because there's a lot of cats that have tried to diss you. You just mentioned one.
Yeah, you know what? That's par for the course, man. This is a gladiator sport.
I know, but you just mentioned Atlas. Atlas came at you, and y'all have respect for each other now, probably. But
Atlas came at me. Apollo came at me. Willie North Pole came at me. Kitchen came at me. to be like, you know, without patting myself on the back, I was the dude to come at. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a good feeling because I feel like that means I was doing it right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I was just also cutting off heads. So it was kind of like, you know, you can come at me if you want to, but you shouldn't. You know, let's just figure out how to make money together. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I respect to all those artists. You know, they were fearless. And, you know, they stepped in the arena and it was what it was at the time.
Yeah, he's gonna
You
be
know,
on
I've since, you
Mm-hmm.
know, I have a great relationship with Willie, with Kitch, you know, nothing but respect. You know, this is just, it was all just like, you know, during the time, those were the names. So I had to do that. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, how can I hang my head if I'm ducking these cats? You know what I'm saying? But you know,
they've all come at you. I mean, like, and that's the crazy thing is they've all come at you as the generations have gone by. You know what? And that's why I love like some of the newer ones, like Futuristic, for instance. They don't feel that need. They feel they need to build a relationship, and I salute that.
Well,
because a lot of other cats that have come over the years through Arizona have been coming at you, and I don't like it. I wish I hadn't been here. I wish I had been in Arizona so I could go at them. But that's me. But
no, you know what?
But I salute that some cats have chosen to build with you as opposed to go at you because you had. I mean, you just named fucking more than most cats can name ever gone. You know what I mean? I had my friends that much. You know what I mean?
No, you know what? It's a compliment. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, they took the time to come at me. You know, there was a long list of cats, and I pride myself on always defending my name and, you know, for lack of a better term, my belt. You know what I'm saying? And again, this is what you're supposed to do with hip hop. It's supposed to be constructive. You keep it on wax. You know, made the best man win every time. You know what I'm saying? And they were all, you know, they were all worthy opponents. It was dope. It was a true golden era for Arizona hip hop. Because, you know, this is all talent that I'm talking about. None of these guys were slouches, you know. So respect to the whole scene.
I would say that.
You know, to all these folks.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a lot of jealousy too, though.
Talk about
that,
Ty,
you know.
because you're seeing it from a different angle, Ty. So talk about that, because you're seeing it from a different angle, and I'm sure you heard conversations that you probably didn't tell Lafi. Pope, you know what I mean?
I mean, it was something that I was.
You know what I'm saying?
It was something that it was something that I was so familiar with, and that was all the jealousy and hate, man. We had it from day one, man.
Yeah,
jealousy and hate.
You got a lot too, Ty.
Too much ice cream, but it's at the house.
Oh, hell yeah.
Talk about all that shit, yo. Because y'all was killing shit, and everybody in Arizona felt like it was their place. If you were gonna get somewhere in Arizona or get to the next level, you had to go with y'all. You had to go with, you know what I mean, or somebody you're affiliated with, and that happened, and it happened regularly, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah, motherfuckers couldn't stand that shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And again, it's a huge compliment. Like I feel like you're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's even more so. You know, the way we handled it, I feel like somebody's got to rule the world. Shit, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Don't hate me because the crown happened to fall on my head. And no, you
I
can't
didn't
have
respond
it.
much, though. I didn't respond much. You responded a little, but not much. What was that about? In terms
for me, I let my actions always do the speaking, man. I never got down and going back and forth with motherfuckers and shit. I just kept doing what I do. I do remember for about a 3-month period, I had the shit was so hot on the street for my name that I had to wear a bulletproof vest to my own shows.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
But you know.
Okay, shit.
I
remember
when you're the champ, you can pick your opponents. When you're on top, you can pick your opponents.
Is that actual music beef, or is it street beef, or is it a mixture of both? And
it was a nice
that history in Arizona, because there's a good history of that in Arizona. Not good, excuse me.
Yeah, it was a nice healthy mix of both.
Yeah.
You know, part of it was music. The other part was, you know, I was fucking people's girls. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, they hated me. I get it. I would have hated me too. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's par for the course. I feel like, listen, you know, it is what it is.
I didn't expect that fucking answer. I don't even know what to say.
Nah, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like all the hate wasn't warranted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'd have hated me too. I just got off stage with Nas. I went and smutted your girlfriend out. You know what I'm saying? Then I went to another party and smutted your side chick out, and then
hold up.
You know, you got to run into me in the mall. You know what I'm saying?
I forgot you did a show with Nas. I totally forgot about that. There's so
I
much
heard a few shows.
Talk about
a few shows with Nas.
I didn't know that. I thought it was like I
the-
remember one now, but I didn't remember there was two. Talk about
That's one of the most infamous shows in the history of Arizona hip hop, man.
break it down to us. Talk about
Because
it.
of what
Talk
happened,
about
man.
Talk about it. Talk about it. What happened?
Well, everything, all of the jealousy, all of the jealousy, all of the hate, it all culminated into motherfuckers trying to make a move. Not trying, motherfuckers making a move at the Nas show. So they had enough of No Question. I guess Cash had some.
This is the days. Okay, I know.
This is the ballroom show. That's
right.
right.
I know this. Yeah. I know this one.
Yeah, and no names. You know why?
No names.
Since then.
It's actually a show I didn't make it to. It's one of the only ones. Y'all know me. I was almost at almost every show front row when I could be. But
and we were young.
Shows I didn't make it to, and I was very angry about this one. But anyway, yeah.
Well, we were young, and at the time we were all trying to make it, and the group of cats we were scrapping with, we were actually cool with them at one point, and there was a lot of feelings in the air, man. But it translated to a couple.
Your crab is on camera, dog.
Well, I figure at this point, fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's all good. I'm just fucking with you.
Nah, but we all, it was just one of those things where we literally, as the East Coast, West Coast beef was going on in hip hop, we had a microcosm of that same beef going on in Arizona with our crew and the other biggest crew in the city. So, when there's two people rubbing up against each other in the same market, you're going to get that. You know what I'm saying? And, God bless, we all made it through without any casualties, but there was some violence and it was wild, and we made it through. And so, yeah, I was waiting on the box.
Hey, till I say we're in the middle of a podcast, you can't just be yelling at us like that.
Should be all right. Sorry about
that. I'm playing.
Y'all getting real life. Y'all getting
this
is like shit. The real world.
This is great. I'm actually very jealous because I'm looking at that Arizona sky right now and everything. And I'm like, oh, y'all motherfuckers, man.
Man, that's why I stay out here.
45-degree winds here. That's why I stay out here. What the fuck is that? Anyway,
Arizona is the best. It's the best place in the world, man. Everybody's leaving to come to Arizona. Come on vacation, leave actually. On probation.
Yeah, they say that same shit in Wisconsin, which is funny as fuck.
It's the real deal here, though. Keep playing.
It's America. But so. What's coming up for the future, man? A lot of talk about that with Scribe, with Beat Locker. A lot of
Scribe streaming is the future.
Lot of new things with you, yeah.
Scribe streaming is it's a new streaming platform. It's an app. It's the one to rival all the other ones.
Okay, and
it's
why?
Everything. It's everything that you get in all the other apps in one. It's the whitelist music you get from SoundCloud. It's the subscription element you get from OnlyFans. It's the playlist and streaming radio that you get from Spotify and Pandora. It's the individual streaming and the user interface and user-friendly experience that you get from iTunes. And it's designed to help artists monetize their following, help them be paid out higher royalties on streaming. It is truly the launch pad of the future for indie artists that don't want to get caught up in the mix. They don't want to wait a whole quarter to get their streaming revenue. They don't want to be paid peanuts, right? They want multiple streams of revenue from one streaming app, and they want to be able to carry on in such a way that's lucrative for everybody and not just the distribution apps or the labels. And so it's a step forward into what the future of music looks like. And I'm proud to have accepted now a partnership as well as a program director role over there. And, I'm looking forward to it. We're building the app. We're at 700 early adopters. We haven't even released a beta version yet. That's just signups. Nice. Yeah. And so
when does that beta version come out? I know y'all got some things in June or July.
So the first annual Scribe Conference. You okay? First annual Scribe Conference is June 16th. Sorry, that's my daughter. No, and then the actual app drops on June 20th. Hold on, duty calls.
You cool, man. That's my niece. This podcast will wait. It's cool.
Come on. You got it? Come on.
Hey.
We skinned our knee.
Hey.
We skinned our knee a little bit. Sorry, y'all.
You okay. You all right. She can't.
But June 20th, the app drops. And it's gonna change the game.
Yeah. Here, put an ear in her ear real quick.
She's out of here.
All right. Yeah.
That's 2 years old for you, bro.
She just wanted to cry on camera. It's cool. It's okay.
Yeah, quick emergency. By the way, Corona, I need my check. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right. Hopefully we either get sued or get a cease and desist so we can get rich. But anyway,
Blur it out. Blur it out.
we won't. We don't give a fuck until we get famous enough. Come give us a sponsor or sue us. Fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, one or the other. Right?
Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, you know that's what's on the kind of on the roadmap as far as Scribe, man. We're just trying to push the app as far as possible, bring the best talent in, and really give artists a chance to usurp the distributor, right, and get the music direct to customer. We pay out more on streaming revenue than other platforms. I mean, it's the way to go.
Than every other platform, or?
Yeah, man. That's by design. No ads ever for the listener. You're not gonna run into any ads. Okay. We don't work like that. If you run into ads, it'll be Scribe promotion of Scribe artists. So that we continue to get you the best music. So
that's what's up. And so everybody knows Pokafase was just named program director of Scribe. SCRYBE.
YBE.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And I'm signed up. I think you signed up, right?
No.
I mean, it's new shit. And y'all got video coming more towards the holidays, like Thanksgiving, Christmas time, about, you said?
So Scribe version 2 is set for November release. It will be video content. So you'll be able to stream video in additional audio. The Scribe radio, that's a part of it. We're gonna have a curated playlist. I mean, you're talking about everything you get from every app you use in one place, with the hottest talent in the country, right there for you to access. So there's that, and then look for Beat Locker. We're taking over the Southwest. Yeah, it's the first show of its kind in Arizona to showcase Arizona hip hop and urban music.
And y'all just made a big move from 101.1 to 98.3.
Yeah, so it's like we went from the little brother station to the biggest station in the market for hip hop.
Yeah. But the little brother's better anyway. I just want to say that on this podcast.
Yeah. You're a little biased, but it's dope, man. We're 9 years in the market. Nobody thought we'd be able to run 1 year. You know what I'm saying? And so
9 years, man.
Brought
a decade almost.
Countless artists, and we the only game in town as far as FM radio for Arizona artists. So it's a blessing. We're working right now towards Southwest syndication. We coming to a market near you: Salt Lake, Vegas, San Diego, Albuquerque, Denver. We got our sights set on you. Look for the Beat Locker to rule the Southwest here soon.
Right on.
Coming soon to a theater near you, right?
All right.
That kind of shit.
I'm gonna switch to Ty. Ty, any last words you want to say about anything? And we'll do that.
Be on the lookout. I'm about to in the process of doing a relaunch for TMC, man. Gonna get back into.
Hey. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Been away too long.
So can we get a sneak preview on the first show coming in?
It's not. I'm not there yet. Just gonna be.
All right.
Yeah.
But Pick Apart the Passion might get maybe another quick half-hour episode real quick or something to kind of launch that maybe.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, this is huge.
I'm excited about that, yo. I'm trying to open the show.
Yes. I can't wait till I come out there and be on the TMC show again, man, on some real shit, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that'll happen soon. Yeah, man. This has been great for me, man. It's been fun. Let's just get moving because I know y'all got shit to do and shit. I know it's almost 10 o'clock. I think y'all have shit to do. And a lot of you back there.
Man.
Shit, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you for having us. Sorry about that. I got to put my crab in the box. I'm
playing. Hey, get Daddy over here and tell him to say hi at least real quick. He's right there behind you.
Thanks. Hold on.
Where are you at, Lafayette?
Yeah, what the?
Joe's Crab Shack. Eating like a champ.
I used to work at Joe's Crab Shack. Hey, Daddy.
What's up?
Oh, he can't hear me.
Who was that, Ty?
That's Ty.
And then my guy Jason, can he hear us?
Who was that?
Take your earphone out.
That's Dinku.
Yeah, Dinku. Yeah.
Hear that.
Hey, Daddy.
He wants you to hop on real quick.
Pick Apart the Passion podcast. This is my pops right here, my daddy. Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
All right. Hey.
Say yo.
Hey.
Hey, Dad. Do you know I end every show? I wanted to get you on real quick because I end every show with your quote. And so I'm gonna say it with you on here, and this will be a huge double hand salute right now. You never met Jason. This is Danku, the other guy you don't know.
I thought we met. I thought
No,
we
you
met.
haven't.
once.
No, you never met before. You met TG. You never met Danku before.
Oh, okay, I guess I
It's
just
Jason-
see him.
But
See
Jason is
pictures
his
of
name.
it.
But I end
All
every
right.
podcast with this, and you're gonna love it. It's been Pick Apart the Passion podcast, and as my pops always says, it's better to be right or kind. Y'all have a good night. And I also say, Pick Apart the Passion podcast. Sometimes you got to pick apart yourself to get to your passion. So I mix mine and yours. But yeah,
You're all right.
I want you on here. I love you.
I love you too. I'll drink
right.
that.
Peace out, guys.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
It's been Pick
All
Apart
right.
the Passion podcast. Peace. Thanks, Ty. Tell
All right,
thank you.
Peace out, Jason.
All right,
All
man.
right. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Live. Oh, wait, hold up. Thanks, Live. Love you, man.
Hey man, thank you. Love y'all, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate you having us on.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's
1,000%,
been
man.
weird because the connection and all that, but hopefully everybody enjoys it. It's been super fucking
Yeah,
fun.
man.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah,
Thank you for having us anytime, man. We'll come back and talk about.
Here you go again. How many?
Uh,
Yo,
that's my wife. Oh, this a real MVP right here. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, there's my brother-in-law.
Hey,
Hey,
what up, cuz?
you get your vaccine COVID friendly or what?
No, nigga, I ain't doing vaccines. Why you put me on
Oh,
blast on my own podcast? Cut
we'll
this out,
talk
Danku.
about that
I
shit.
ain't
I'm
having no
not saying
vaccine
we'll talk
conversation.
about that on our family. We'll have that conversation on our family page.
There is no conversation.
It
I
is.
just,
it
look,
is.
I just had COVID, took ivermectin.
I
I'm
know.
good. What the fuck am I taking a
Oh,
vaccine
ain't this
for?
a bitch?
Oh,
Ain't
nigga,
this a
now he's
bitch?
strong like
Ain't
bull.
this a bitch? He's strong like bull now?
Nigga,
Now you strong like
I
bull.
was sick for a day and a half.
Yeah, you not
All
strong
right,
like
I'll
bull.
let you guys go with the family matters here.
Peace out. All right.
Hey, peace, man.
I'm gonna go. I love y'all, man.
Hey.
All right.
Pick Apart the Passion podcast is the shit, man. Keep y'all
we
keep
gonna this
this
use
thing
that
going,
as a
man. This
clip.
is beautiful. This is beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. Use that shit.
Yes, sir.
All right, love.
Definitely. All right,
Peace,
say it again. Say it again clearer where I don't talk over people like I normally do. Say it
Pick
again.
apart the Pick Apart the Passion podcast is the truth. Make sure you tune in every time.
Pussy paper politician. Fucking, what is it?
I don't know.
That's
Pussy
why
paper
that's why he's
politicians
the rapper.
are confidential.
I think this is where we
Plotting on
wrap the
pussy,
clip.
making niggas
All right, man. Thank y'all.
confidential.
Peace.
Pick apart the passion. Pick apart the passion. Pick the passion. Pick passion. Pick apart the passion. Pick apart the passion. 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 Passion.